Minister, wonderful to see you in the Peel. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming here this morning. My name is Lynn Dolan, and I have the privilege of emceeing this morning's event. I'm the Mayor of the town of Innisfil, and I'm pleased to be here representing Ontario's municipalities in my capacity as part of the Executive Committee of the Association of Municipalities of Ontario and as Chair of AMO's Small Urban Caucus. We will hear from the province this morning about an exciting announcement that will help communities across the province. There will then be an opportunity for questions. So I'd first like to introduce Kinga Surma, Ontario's Minister of Infrastructure, and welcome her to the podium.
Thank you, Lynn, and good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to be here today with all of you to share this important announcement on infrastructure. Clean water and wastewater services are essential to our everyday lives and to the success of our communities. And yet, much of Ontario's infrastructure, specifically municipal water systems, were built in the 1950s and 1960s. We continue to hear from municipalities about the pressures they are experiencing to manage their infrastructure needs and the critical repairs that are required for their water systems. They balance these priorities while also supporting economic and population growth in their communities. We need to act now to ensure infrastructure priorities are met and municipalities are set up for success. That is why I am pleased to share that our government is investing $200 million over 3 years through our new Housing Enabling Water Systems Fund to repair, rehabilitate, and expand critical water, wastewater, and stormwater infrastructure. This program will provide targeted funding for critical water projects that will help protect the health and safety of communities and unlock more housing opportunities across Ontario. This includes a full range of housing options to meet the needs of all Ontarians, such as supportive housing, community housing, market and rental housing, high-rise, low-rise, and long-term care. Today's announcement is another step towards our government's goal to build 1.5 million homes by 2031. Municipalities will be able to nominate housing-enabling water and wastewater projects through the Housing Enabling Water Systems Fund starting in early 2024. For more information about the program, eligible projects, and application intake details, they will be provided in the coming months. In the meantime, we encourage municipalities to get ready. In addition, we are also exploring other options to help fund municipal water infrastructure to support housing growth, such as providing improved flexibility for municipalities to access loans under the Infrastructure Ontario Loan Program. As we continue to build Ontario, reliable water infrastructure is critical to our ongoing efforts to promote economic growth and sustainability in communities. While we remain hopeful that the federal government will follow through on commitments for new infrastructure funding, we are moving ahead to get more shovels in the ground to build critical infrastructure that Ontarians need and depend on. Together, we are delivering on our promise to support families, workers, and businesses across the province while building stronger, more resilient communities for today and generations to come. Thank you, and now I'd like to invite Minister Bethlenfalvy to say a few words.
Well, thank you, Minister Surma, and it's great to be here today in Mississauga and Peel Region, along with Associate Minister Nina Tangri, MPP for Mississauga-Streetsville, and my former parliamentary assistant, current parliamentary assistant to the President of Treasury Board, Rudy Cazzetto, MPP for Mississauga Lakeshore. So thank you for being here today. As well as Lynn Dolan, the chair of the Association of Municipalities of Ontario Small Urban Caucus. So thank you for being here. There you are. And thank you for being here as well to represent the region as you so ably do, Chair, so thank you. We welcome hundreds of thousands of people to Ontario each year. We recognize this enormous challenge before us. Simply put, we need to get shovels in the ground to build more housing and to build it faster. That is why we must continue with our plan to build a strong Ontario, and we must do it together. Nous devons continuer à mettre en œuvre notre plan de bâtir un Ontario fort et le faire ensemble. You know, our fall economic statement provided the people of Ontario with an update on how our government is continuing to take a responsible, targeted approach to navigate this uncertainty and get critical infrastructure built while laying a strong fiscal foundation for future generations. Our government inherited an infrastructure deficit, and as our population continues to grow, existing infrastructure is becoming more and more strained. Simply put, we need to build more. And Ontario taxpayers cannot shoulder that burden alone. That is why we have launched the Ontario Infrastructure Bank. This new arm's-length agency will give Canadian pension plans and other trusted institutional investors the opportunity to invest in essential infrastructure that would otherwise not get built. The bank will focus on long-term care homes, energy infrastructure, affordable housing, and I know the one that Kinga really likes, municipal and community infrastructure, and transportation, and is based on a model that is used around the world. We've heard from Canadian pension funds that they're looking for more opportunities to invest worker savings right here in Ontario, right here in Canada. And through the Ontario Infrastructure Bank, they will be able to do so right here at home. Now, despite the economic uncertainty we continue to face, I remain confident in the future of our province and its people. We have seen what Ontario can accomplish when we work together. And together we can build the critical infrastructure we need to support our growing communities. Just look at the facility that we're at here today. This is the infrastructure that's powering water and sewage and treatment here in Peel and Mississauga, and we want to do that all over the province. Now I'd like to welcome back to the podium Lynn Dolan. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Bethlenfalvy and Minister Surma, for your remarks today and for this important investment in Ontario's communities. Municipalities share the province's commitment to getting more homes built. We know Ontario needs more housing of all kinds and for all income levels. And we know that a critical part of making this happen is investing in the infrastructure that supports growth. New homes need to be supported by transit, hospitals, schools, sewers, energy, flood management, parks, and all the things that make Ontario a safe, sustainable, productive, and affordable place to live. Municipalities own and manage nearly $500 billion of infrastructure that supports Ontario's communities. Each year, we dedicate almost $9 billion in municipal funds, your funds, to these systems on top of provincial and federal contributions. Ministers Surma and Bethlenfalvy spoke today about the provincial housing targets. We know these targets are ambitious, and they need to be. Municipal governments are equally ambitious and will do everything we can to help Ontario meet its housing goals. I'm pleased to tell you that in my municipality, we are at 110% of our goal, and the year isn't over yet. Funding for water and wastewater infrastructure is the #1 thing that municipalities need to make these housing targets a reality. Today's investment will help municipalities across the province get one step closer to our ambitious goals. The province and municipal governments know that investing in communities is an investment in Ontario's prosperity. And by working in partnership across all levels of government and with broader housing partners, we can solve Ontario's housing crisis. Thank you. I would now like to invite, I believe it's Haley, to do the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you. We can wrap up. There will be no questions.
Thank you very much. You're all prepared.